Hey, it's Ella back with another drawing prompt. This week we did Chrysanthemum, and this is my take on it. I really enjoyed drawing this, and I think that I really like the way that the final product turned out. Definitely, if I could do it again, there's things that I'd do differently, but I think that's true for every drawing. It's kind of a live and learn scenario. So I hope you guys like it. I started with a very basic sketch for this one, and then I went in and I did some more details. Usually I do that with humans because I want to try to get some, well, I shouldn't say that. Usually I do that with more realistic drawings of people because I want to try to get the basic anatomy in. And I mean, this still isn't like a highly like hyper realistic drawing. You can see that the ear is like very cartoony and big. The eyes are lacking a lot of detail. I just wanted to get them very, like when you smile really big and they're very all squished up. But yeah, I liked the hair. I thought that the hair looked cute on this. That's what I'm working on here now. And I think that the mouth turned out pretty good. I mess around with that a couple times because I was like, it's kind of really realistic, like more so than I normally do. But I ended up deciding to keep it because everything else that I tried, I didn't like the way that it looked. I also thought that the hand looked pretty good in this drawing. That's what I'm working on now. And I don't know if you guys have noticed it all, but I feel like I've been improving with hands in the last couple weeks, even since we started this channel. Probably because I've been pushing myself to draw them more, and that's been really exciting. You'll also see I did the same kind of cheaty thing that I did last time with it wouldn't have been last time, it would have been the drawing before with Aster, where I drew a single flower and then I duplicated that a bunch. Just for the sketchy layer because it honestly saves me so much time. And I think I do the same thing with the final layer of the sketches, but then of course I have to go through and I have to erase all the little details, so they end up looking a little bit different. You can see here I'm kind of doing a mock-up of the colors, trying to get an idea in mind of how I want it to look. I found that has been really helpful recently, doing a palette first and doing like a mock-up of the colors. I've also been trying to keep more in like the pastel range, just because I think that when the colors are too vibrant, sometimes the eye doesn't know where to look. I don't know. It's just something that I'm messing around with. I'm probably wrong, to be honest, but it works for me for now, so I guess I'm happy with it. So yeah, you can see here now I'm doing the line art layer. You guys, I don't know what's wrong with me. I can't talk apparently, but I decided to use a pencil again for the line art, so it's a little bit more on that rough around the edges kind of look, which I've been enjoying a lot recently. I will say though, I'm not sure if I'm going to keep up with it for too much longer, just because the size of the pencils is pretty limited, and I feel like I'd like a thicker line art, to be honest. So I don't know, maybe I'll try looking around for some different brushes, or I might end up going back to the pen that I was using. Not sure. You can see I ended up changing the hair color. It was a little bit too dark. I went with a dark, kind of warmer brown actually for the line art, and I ended up making the hair swatch too dark so that it was actually darker than the line art, and it looked kind of funny when I put it down. So I had to change that quick, nothing too major. And then you can see now I'm going in and I'm cleaning up some stuff. I was getting really annoyed with the brushes that I was using last night when I was working on doing some of the coloring. And I ended up just quitting and going to bed and then waking up this morning to work on it. And I'm glad I did, because I think that it would have turned out not as great if I kept working on it last night, because I was tired and irritated. I also did some more when it came to highlights with the hair. I think that turned out nice. Just trying to give a really nice, warm, sunny look to the whole thing, because I feel like it's very, very springy. I try to do, like an orange, yellow, blue contrast. And I think that it turned out pretty good. Of course, I had to add freckles to the character, because I always do. And I hope you guys like it.
Hey everybody, it's Emily, and for this week's flower drawing prompt, we're on the letter C, which is chrysanthemum, and I decided to do a tattoo flash sheet. I have really liked the style of black and gray fine line tattoos, so I decided that I wanted to do a little twist, but instead of doing just one tattoo design, I did 3. I did kind of speed it up and skip over a few of the sections because it's a lot of repetition and I think it wasn't necessary to show the entire process. I just started off doing a basic sketch of the chrysanthemum. I didn't focus on the most well-known version. I did Japanese, which is kind of becoming more popular. So yeah, I chose to work with the Japanese chrysanthemum. I hope that's totally within the realm of the prompt. I don't think it's a problem, but just to put that out there, I did choose a different one than what Ella chose. So yeah, I took the Japanese chrysanthemum and I just wanted to sketch it out. For the first one, I just put like a little circle behind it. Not too difficult, something really simple. Usually flash sheets are supposed to be pretty straightforward because people usually just choose them when they come in and then that's what they get right then and there. It's usually not like a planned consultation kind of thing, so I wanted to make it more simple, straight up, easy designs, I guess. For the second one, I did another small piece, just like the top half of her face is covered with the Japanese chrysanthemum. I had a really cool idea to do a graphic design piece for like an album cover that involved like a person's head being a flower and like, you know, it looks really vintage and kind of retro and cool, grainy, kind of like something you would see on an R&B album. But until I get that done, I kind of just interpreted something close to that in a tattoo form for fine line. I didn't want to shade in her skin or anything because I think that's the beauty of fine line tattooing, is that it's your skin color is like the skin color of the person, and you can like assume that the negative space is like your being, I guess, in a way. For the third and final tattoo design, I wanted to do a bigger piece. I did another bigger piece. It was marigolds, and it's actually going to be my next tattoo, except my appointment was pushed back because of the quarantine. So I thought it would be fun just to design another piece, this time with the chrysanthemums, of course. I do regret filling in the leaves. I don't really like the leaves. I kind of wish I didn't put them in, but I think it needed something else in there. If it were to actually be tattooed, I could just see them being just fine line, kind of like the woman's skin. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Thank you for watching another video on the official artseeyart YouTube channel. Make sure to like, subscribe, and don't forget to wash your paintbrushes.